Hello and good morning, and call us if you'd like. 877-77-BOBBY. Time for the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
People think men are less romantic than women. From this book called Of Human Bonding, they say that is not true. They're often just scared to show how romantic they are. Psychological research has uncovered that, one, men fall in love faster, although I would say don't be confused for falling in love and, hey, nice butt.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
That's kind of what guys do. Men tend to be more dependent on their girlfriends or wives for intimacy. So does that mean, and I don't take intimacy as physical intimacy. I take it as like sharing intimacy, where you guys can be intimate
it's a safe space
with your girlfriends.
You
Very rarely do guys feel comfortable enough. The only time that I know guys that can feel comfortable being intimate is after about an 18-minute conversation about their fantasy football team and how their game went that week, and they just bring something up real quick. Like, can you believe that? Zeke going back to the Cowboys. I feel sad. What's that?
I was being intimate.
Yeah, it's got to have a heavy rant for guys to be able to do that.
Sometimes when you're video gaming on a headset with your friends, does it come out?
I only have 3 friends that I headset with.
Right.
But I know them very well, but there is a long enough of a build-up for that to happen. Second quarter, I'm talking to my buddy Signs. He's like, how's everything going at home? I'm like, well, the dog's been kind of sick. Kind of makes me sad. So, yes. But for most guys, we just need a long launch because we weren't taught that we can share and have it be accepted, because it never was accepted by our buddies when we were younger.
Which hopefully that's shifting.
Probably a bit, but too late for us.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I thought intimacy was,
It can be. That's physical intimacy.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, right?
It's not.
Emotional.
Yeah. That's a big part of it, too.
Never heard of emotional intimacy.
You have. You just didn't know that's what it was.
That's it.
When you cry at the end of a workout.
Yeah, that's emotional intimacy.
Men are over 2 times more likely to get severely depressed when a relationship ends, even if they don't show it. And men are, in their brains, they have just as much activity in brain regions that are associated with romantic passion, romantic things that women can do for them back. But anyway, it's that don't believe what you see and know. Men also are very romantic. Boom, check.
Okay.
So men can feel, what we need to do is get y'all more comfortable and feeling safe and vulnerable to open up and be who you want to be. Show up just as whatever comes to you. Just be that.
Have you watched Baby Reindeer yet?
I started it.
Yeah.
I saw that real person came out. Did you see that?
You have to watch the show. I'm not going to comment. And I started watching it the day it came out, not knowing what it was, because my wife was like, let's watch this. And it's not for everybody.
Okay.
And I don't recommend it. But like I said, I watched all of it. But it's not for everybody.
Okay.
But holy beep. Yeah, the real people. Because that's really him. He's playing himself.
He's a comedian?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I just saw the clip.
He's like a performance artist, comedian. Yes, he's playing himself and a story of what happened to him. Netflix, Baby Reindeer, not for everybody. Some of the stuff I had to fast forward through because it made me uncomfortable, like trigger warning type stuff.
Huh. Okay.
He's
about
very vulnerable in it.
30 minutes into the first episode.
Okay, well, you got a ways to go.
Yeah.
30 minutes.
It's true that cutting chips and cookies and candy and other carbs from your diet can help you lose a little bit of fat, but also if you do this, it gives you brain fog. Your brain does not react well to cutting a whole bunch of carbs all at once. So if you feel dumber after cutting a bunch of carbs, the U.S. Institute of Medicine says getting too low on how many carbs you eat, especially when you've been eating a bunch more, does impair your brain function and your ability to concentrate, because your body, like anything else that is missing, that it's been getting, is like, oh God, what do I do? Oh God. So if you're going to crash, first of all, don't crash diet it. If you think, well, I ate too many carbs, generally, I would slowly peel back.
Yeah, it's tough.
I love carbs. I love sugar.
What do you love more, carbs or sugar?
No doubt, sugar. I would eat only sugar. I'd eat cake and cookie and ice creams for every meal. I can't. I wish I had it right now. I love sugar so much. If me and sugar could have a baby.
Weird.
Why is that where you
It'd be a gummy bear with glasses. That's what would come out.
Gummy bear glasses.
Yeah, thank you. From People Magazine, a hero neighbor saves a friend from certain death by, there's an 11-foot alligator that jumped on his friend and bit onto his leg.
Oh, man.
And was dragging him into a pond. And so the friend steps in. Now imagine I would think it was a joke. Like if I walked down to an 11-foot alligator, had Lunchbox or Eddie by the leg, I'd be like, Where'd you guys get that fake alligator? That's crazy. You're not getting me, man.
By the time you realize it's too late.
You're down in the water. You've drowned. The alligator's done that flop thing.
Yeah, the twist.
I'm like, man, that's a good fake alligator. But no, this guy was attacked by an 11-foot alligator, but in Florida.
So it's just normal.
Yeah, the monster reptile was seen dragging the guy into the water, but the neighbor, his buddy, jumped in the car and ran it over.
Okay.
I mean, so smart.
That is
Because
so
you go
smart.
try to jump on it, you're done too.
Unless you go poke in the eye.
That's what they say.
Thinking quickly, he jumped in his car and ran over the alligator, which forced it to release its grip. And then they took the car and then backed over it and then kept driving over the alligator and then called 911.
But then what if you miss the alligator and run over your friend?
Hey,
That's
worth the risk.
showbiz, baby. The only chance you got is to drive over it, and your friend's probably like, let's go, please, drive over it.
Oh, my goodness.
Imagine an alligator's got you.
Oh,
And is dragging you.
No, it's over.
You are nothing.
Yeah.
That alligator is doing to you what I'm doing right now with my cell phone. Whatever I want. Except getting on eBay. I do that a lot now.
Alligator
I'm
can do that.
obsessed with it. A tourist is... these selfie picture stories.
Another one?
Yeah, another one.
Another one.
Another one. A tourist is thankful to be alive after a close encounter with a wild bear. They were vacationing.
This is so bad.
They were driving to the mountains. Bear came up near the window. They were going to take a selfie, and then the bear mauled the person.
Oh, my.
Did they have the window open?
No, they rolled it down
They
so you
rolled
could
it
get a
down
better
so you
picture.
get a
See,
picture.
that's the mistake.
By the way, a bear coming up to a car must mean those bears are pretty comfortable with cars.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, food here now.
That's from People magazine. The whole selfie with wild animal thing, man, that'll get you. Even animals that aren't that wild. If the animal's just in a bad mood.
And you can't tell
See
that.
this cut on my wrist right here? That's my
What?
cat. That's my cat.
Selfie with a cat?
Oh, no.
Amy, you got to stop doing that.
You don't have a fever, do you?
No.
Why? Because you got a cat,
Cat
scratch?
scratch fever. Listen to this. Tupac's estate, 'cause Tupac is supposedly dead.
What do you mean? He's dead.
He's dead. Supposedly.
Okay.
So Drake put AI Tupac vocals on a new track, which is hilarious. Raging Idiots, we should do that.
With
I mean,
Tupac?
Johnny Cash.
That can't be cheap, right?
You can do it. There's no rules.
Really?
There's no rules.
Nah, there's got to be.
With AI, there are no rules yet.
Oh.
Well, let's jump
They
on
should-
it, dude.
they
Let's get
should.
Elvis on a track.
So Tupac's estate has sent a cease and desist letter threatening to sue Drake over his recent Kendrick diss track featuring AI-generated vocals from Tupac.
I mean, this is the part where it's like, okay, we're getting into that. What's even real anymore?
Exactly.
And I don't like it.
Well,
Get used to it.
then pick a new reality.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Whatever. I didn't
Whatever.
sign up for this.
Well, maybe you did. Now you signed
Oh,
up.
boy.
Now it's
here
time
we
to
go.
pay your
Here we
fee
go.
for a
See,
different reality.
I'm confused again.
Yeah. Apple Vision Pro, speaking of reality, the goggles, sales are sputtering. I told you, don't buy it. It's too big. It's too clunky. I wore mine on my flight. It's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
But it's not it's just too big. Like, unless you need 9 things going on at once, which is kind of cool. That part's kind of cool because, like, I had 3 basketball games on at the same time.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, if you're like a gambler.
And you can have all the games up there?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's actually, let me just be vulnerable here. I watched a lot of games. I was betting a lot on DraftKings. I had 3 games up at once. I found I couldn't really watch 4, although I could have put them all 4 up. I had 3 basketball games and then the Arkansas softball game up, which I didn't bet on. I don't think you can bet on. They beat LSU 2 out of 3. Go Hogs! And so I was watching 4 games while I had my Twitter up, and then I was doing breaks on Dorm Dudes breaks.
TikTok breaks.
At the same time.
Oh, boy.
I don't think that this is an example of getting vulnerable. Is it?
Because I knew you'd say that and make fun of me. That allows me to be vulnerable.
Okay.
They're sputtering. They've cut what they're making for this one. They projected to sell 800,000 units. They sold about 450,000. It's just too big and too expensive. And if I had kids, which I don't, I'm sure I wouldn't have bought it. It's a whole different story when you don't have kids.
Big time.
Buy a bunch of stupid crap. So they're going to have to make it smaller. And you have to carry the battery pack around everywhere.
What?
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's
wow.
a module, and it has a thing in a silver battery pack.
So it's like a string connected to the...
To a small battery pack that you put in your pocket. It's generation 1 for sure.
Oh.
Remember VCRs when they were like as big as a
Yeah.
printer?
Or,
Yeah.
or bag phones.
That's what it is.
That were like cell phones in the car.
But it is unreal what it can do. I would let you guys look through mine, but mine are prescription because I can't
So they'd be blurry to us?
probably.
Okay.
But yeah, no need to buy one. Passengers claim to see a UFO out of a plane window. A passenger on a flight above LaGuardia Airport in New York City has captured video footage of a mysterious flying cylinder. It's caused the FAA to respond about a potential safety hazard because apparently it was too close. They ruled out the possibility of it being a drone, a helicopter, or military aircraft. I guess my problem is if it really were military aircraft, of course they'd rule it out because they don't want you to know that's what it is.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It does. It's very UFO shapey though. That flat.
Like a saucer.
Yeah, like if you did what was the stealth fighter? Remember that?
Yeah.
But if you like filled it in on the back
Okay.
instead of the wings.
So do they catch that on radar? Because, like, we saw one on the plane and no one said anything. Like, the government didn't contact us.
But we didn't report it because you
What
know
are we
why?
talking about? He posted it. Mike D
No,
posted
we
it.
didn't report it to the FAA though because I don't want the government contacting us.
Ah.
You know what I mean? I don't
No.
want to get a message.
No.
Mhm. It's weird looking. It doesn't look like something that should exist. I'm looking at a picture of it. But again, we don't know everything. There's a reason. But it's probably aliens.
Okay.
I said it. The real-life Baby Reindeer stalker speaks out.
That's it.
We talked about is considering legal action. I'm not going to say a whole lot about this, but if I'll let the show kind of live for a bit. But a woman who claims to have inspired the unhinged lead character in the show Baby Reindeer on Netflix says she's considering suing the streamer for defamation. Two things here. Number one, if you don't think Netflix did everything possible to make sure they wouldn't get in trouble if they did this show, you're out of your mind. They have so many lawyers. And then two, even if they messed up, they have so many lawyers.
Yeah.
Right.
But three, they did a great job of not using a real name. It does kind of look like her.
Oh,
Oh,
it
it
does.
does?
Okay, see, 'cause I
Everybody
was like,
kind of
if-
looks like the people they are.
Okay.
Okay,
But
because I'm like, nobody's gonna know that you're the stalker unless you
Right.
say, "Hi, I'm the stalker," and I'm gonna.
And
sue.
now you just did.
But then they track like a bunch of text messages and or like Twitter messages. I believe it's her. But I won't say much else about it. Mr. Irrelevant 2024 draft. And the reason I bring this up is because Amy didn't know there's a real name they called people at the
Well,
draft.
Yeah, and I felt bad for him. But then I thought, well, good for him. He's going to get drafted, I guess, last. That's what they call
Pick
it.
257 into the 7th round.
And he's going to do great things.
Not always, but
Well, that's
Usually
my-
so
not.
Alabama safety Jalen Key is Mr. Irrelevant for the 2024 draft. It's the last person picked in the draft. Now other players can sign after this.
But it seems so cruel to,
It's just a funny name they give it.
like, funny, haha, unless it's you.
Not really. 3 years ago, Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant, and he took the 49ers to the Super Bowl.
Okay, see, that's the story I'm talking about. You show them. I'm not irrelevant. In fact, I'm very relevant. You know? Like, I just feel bad for them. Like, some of them mentally, they may be able to get out of that, and then others may just, like, start to wear that as who they are, and then they become irrelevant.
I think
Irrelevant
I
for
don't
real.
like it.
I think if you get to the 6th round, you just probably want to be drafted, or you want to not be drafted and go pick your own team. But it's not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing. It's just a title for the last person drafted. There are 100 people that don't get drafted that still sign with teams that are even more irrelevant, but that can make it.
Okay, it just seems like we can do better.
That's from I don't think we can actually.
I like the
it.
name.
I like it too. It's funny. It's funny.
Okay.
That's from 24/7 Sports. All right, that's your news. Thank you.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
A celebrity that we know or we've met and that we adore is turning 91 years old today. That's next. Willie Nelson, 91 years old today.
Wow.
Whoa.
Born April 29th, 1933 in Abbott, Texas. My second favorite song of all time is a Willie song. Blue Eyes Crying.
Mm.
Come on. Also actor.
Redheaded Stranger?
Yeah, Honeysuckle Rose.
Oh, that's a good one.
Just hasn't acted in a while, but 91 years old. Holy crap. So, I don't know, where do we start? Top 5 songs ever from Willie. Number 5, To All the Girls I've Loved Before.
Yes.
With Julio Iglesias. Eddie and I once went as Willie and Julio.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of confusion at the bar.
There were. Like, why are you wearing ponytails? And, hey, Mexican guy, why are you in a suit?
What are you guys?
Yeah. To all the girls I've loved before.
And I would say, to all the girls I've loved before.
And then they would be like, no, still, we don't know.
Yeah.
Number 4, with Toby Keith, Beer from My Horses.
That justice is the one thing you should always find. You gotta saddle up your boys, you gotta draw a hard line.
When the gun smoke settles, we'll sing a victory tune, and we'll all meet back at the local saloon.
We'll raise up our glasses against evil forces, singing whiskey for my men, beer for my horses.
I always
Yes.
thought, I was like, man, why are the horses getting drunk? They got to go out and ride. But,
Yeah, I get
it's the
it.
whole thing. It's Toby, Always on My Mind at 3.
You were always on my mind.
Number 2, Good Hearted Woman. Here you go.
This a good
It's Willie and
hearted
Waylon.
woman, loving a good time and man.
1976. We were all born.
She's a good-hearted woman. Let's go.
That's funny. And then number 1, 1978 with Waylon Jennings. Man, how many of these are duets? That's crazy.
But they had albums.
Mom, I know, but I'm just saying how many of these are duets in general. Like Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain didn't make it. On the Road Again didn't make it.
Oh, yeah.
As far as like biggest songs.
Interesting.
Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys.
Don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
1978, number 1 for 4 weeks.
Don't let 'em pick
Yeah, you're right. Julio Iglesias, duet.
All jams.
But he's got good jams too by himself.
But I guess too, if you're searching either one of those people, you get those songs that
Yeah.
lifts it a bit. He wrote On the Road Again on a barf bag on an airplane. So the story is they were talking about Honeysuckle Rose, and they were like, hey, we're looking for some songs for the movie. And he's like, all right. He said, do you have any ideas? And so he goes, can it be something about being on the road? And he just wrote it down on the back of a bag on
So
an
cool.
airplane. He was a Bible salesman. Willie was. By the way, Willie, 91 years old today, if you're just turning us on. In 1957, after failing to land a spot in the Ozark Jubilee, Willie Nelson moved to Fort Worth, Texas, quit music. He sold Bibles and vacuum cleaners door to door and was a sales manager for Encyclopedia Americana.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Willie knows Taekwondo is number 3, a 5th-degree black belt in Taekwondo.
Dang, Willie.
He recorded the IRS tapes to pay off his tax debt.
I remember that.
Boy, I barely do. I
Yeah.
barely remember all the stories about him being in big debt with the IRS.
It was big news, man.
In 1990, the IRS raided his home and seized his assets, except for Trigger, which is his guitar, because he didn't pay taxes. $32 million was the bill.
Whoa!
It was eventually negotiated down and settled in a creative way. He recorded the IRS tapes and gave that money to them.
Willie didn't have a business manager.
Willie maybe was his own business manager.
And what is the IRS tape?
I don't know. He
He made
recorded
them
music and
to
then was
make
called the
money.
IRS tapes. All the money went to them.
Oh, I thought like he recorded like a PSA about the. Honestly, guys, I thought you guys were saying like.
Willie here. I'd like for you to pay
Really?
your taxes.
I thought
he did
he did-
music, and it was called the IRS tapes. And then whatever it sold, the money went to them.
Got it. Had no idea.
He retired from music again in 1972. So he bought his contract out, and he was like, "I'm done." Moved to Austin, and then got back in about a year later. He wrote his first song at age 7. He got to start as a songwriter. He wrote "Crazy" for Patsy Cline, and the story goes, he met Patsy Cline's husband
Yeah.
at like
At Tootsie's.
at Tootsie's here in town, and they went and like woke Patsy up and was like, "We got this song."
That's right. That's right.
So they played him the demo of "Crazy," They recorded it. He was a struggling country singer at the time. There was one point where it was so bad for Willie that he went and laid in the middle of Broadway, just like, let a car run me over.
Wow. I not
It
heard
didn't.
that.
It didn't. I don't want
It
to spoil
didn't.
it, but it
No, I
did.
know.
Thank goodness.
He's 91 today.
That's correct.
He made it.
We would have never had all those songs.
Trigger, his guitar has been with him since 1969. He named it after, Amy?
Horse.
From? It's a famous horse.
Yeah, I don't know what from.
Roy Rogers?
Roy Rogers. That's hard for me to say.
You just repeat what he says.
Roy Rogers' horse?
Yeah.
Roy Rogers?
Roy.
Yeah.
You're making me not be able to say it. Roy Rogers' horse. So, yeah, he says, got to take good care of Trigger. And that's what's up. So, happy birthday. 91 years old, Willie Nelson. I've had a chance to meet Willie a couple times. It's always bizarre because he's so famous.
Yeah.
And he's been present my whole life. And I've always known him as being old. It's weird to see young Willie. Because when he was like a country artist, he was like straight-laced.
Yeah.
Suit jacket, shaved face.
But even in the 80s,
Short
like,
hair.
Willie looked
was old. Yeah.
I was cleaning out something in my closet the other day, this box from college, and I found this, like, I guess a concert I went to in college. Like, I guess Willie was playing somewhere. It was like a dance hall in College Station, and he signed it. Like, I have the sticker tag because, I don't know, I forgot about this, but I guess my cousin was dating someone in his band. My cousins are way older than me.
Okay, yeah, because they're older dudes.
Yeah, and he got us backstage, and we like hung out, and I had the little sticker thing on my shirt or whatever, and Willie signed it, and I just found this last week.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
You should sell
You
it.
should slab that and give it
Bobby, do you want to buy it?
Yeah. You know what I'm doing.
Your
Okay.
eyes got real
You know what I'm
big.
doing right now. You know what I'm thinking about.
I'll bring it to work tomorrow.
I've been lucky enough to be friends with his son, Lucas Nelson, who's a super nice guy and great musician on his own. But happy birthday to Willie freaking Nelson.
Yeah.
All right, let's play some. On the road again, Bobby Bone Show. A Delta flight had to circle back and land back at the airport because one of its emergency slides fell off. Where even is it?
I don't know.
How does it fall? Where even does it fall off from? I've never seen it.
I thought when you opened the
Yeah, I
door,
thought it
it
was when-
like flopped out and blew up.
But where is it?
Yeah, how does it fall
Next
out
to
of the door?
But have you ever seen it? No. I know. That's what I'm saying. So Delta said that after takeoff, the pilots got an alert about the emergency slide on the plane's right side and heard an unusual sound coming from that area. And then it vibrated and then it fell off.
Okay.
That's from AP News. I'm okay with landing on that because you need it in case there's an emergency. Otherwise, how do people get out of the plane?
Yeah.
If you land. Yeah.
Wait, you're not okay with any other thing falling off?
While it's up?
Like anything that's falling off, I'm okay with circling back and landing the plane.
I'm good. One wing,
Yeah.
we're good. Just don't lose that emergency slide. I was flying because we went to California for some work stuff, and somebody kept farting. It just kept. It was awful.
You heard it or smelt it?
Smelt it, and it was like, God, you obviously don't know who it is. It was awful.
That's the best.
And they would not stop. And everybody's like looking around trying to figure it out. And I'm sure the person who was doing it was also looking around.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, that's what
You
you
always
do when
do
you
that.
do it.
Don't do that.
Play it off.
It was awful.
That's
like the whole. It felt like because that's a 4.5 hour flight from here.
I know, but also then you're like, oh, I feel bad for them. It's like, they must
I
have been
did
uncomfortable.
go into the bathroom for a little bit. Then.
True.
And also, whomever it was doing the whole routine of looking around.
Yeah. Because you looked for that person that wasn't?
I was just kind of looking around.
It's like, what are they supposed to do? This is me. Hi.
It was awful. It made the trip miserable. It's a miserable trip anyway.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, and our slide fell off and everything. No, there's a guy who got a tax bill. He lives in Pennsylvania, and he opened it up, and it was a tax bill. He owed the state $34 billion.
How is that possible?
It's a mess up.
Oh.
It's not possible.
I thought maybe you had a big business that made a lot of money.
True.
Computer glitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you have $34 billion in taxes,
You're making a
yeah, you
lot of
made
money.
a lot of money, and also you probably don't have the right accountant. Because most of those really, really rich people figure out ways to not pay taxes
Smart.
or to do it some way. So, yeah. Imagine you get that though. You owe $34 billion. For a second, you're like, oh my God,
I'm about to go on the run.
my life's over.
No,
Yeah,
You just laugh it off, dude. That's so far from being real. You just laugh it
playing
off.
just in case. This one's wild. This woman was driving and she hits a pothole. And this is in Portland, and now she has a brain injury because she hit a pothole so hard on the highway. And her claim is that the government knew about the road condition, it being so bad that they did not repair it. The lawsuit says she was driving the speed limit, wearing her seatbelt. She hit a pothole about 6 inches deep, which caused her head to hit the ceiling of the car, leading to a concussion, a traumatic brain injury, torn rotator cuff.
Oh my.
I can tell you I have that right now. And that's the least of all these worries. I'm ready to sue myself.
Yours wasn't a pothole, though, right?
Nope.
But
Mine was something
her-
I did to myself, though. And I still want to sue me.
Oh, okay.
It sucks. But yeah, she has a traumatic brain injury. $66,000 in medical bills, more than $100,000 in more costs coming, as well as $2 million in lost future earnings, $1.5 million for pain and suffering. This is from Oregon Live. And if anything, I would be willing to bet they work a little faster at getting these potholes filled.
Yeah.
Here, they're terrible. I popped tires here.
There's-
My own tire. I popped my own tire hitting a pothole where it goes, ba-doom, right in the middle of the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
there's
then-
nothing you can do about
and
it
then you
either.
just look,
Yeah.
you go, you can just feel it, like you see the little meter, and you're like, oh God, it sucks. I'll give you one more. A pocket watch owned by the richest passenger on the Titanic, which they were expecting $150,000 for it. And they even described it as that. A pocket watch that belonged to the wealthiest passenger on the Titanic. And they put a little thing on there that says estimated value, and they had it at 125 to 185, like thousand. It ended up selling for 1.4 million.
Wow.
What I mean, that's quite the difference.
DW.com.
How did
Yeah,
they
it's a
get
little
that?
bit. Yeah, I don't.
It's like what happens, a bidding war.
I would assume there was some sort of war there.
Is that what happens with you and your signatures? Or?
Well, those are on eBay, but I got on this thing called Heritage Auctions now.
Oh, boy.
And so I'm glad you asked. Thank you. So
Amy, what'd you do?
on Heritage Auctions, because I'm obsessed. This is my mild obsession now. You get on.
You
and-
like using the
Mild?
word mild.
Mild?
I don't think
Everything
That's
is
the-
mild.
oh,
there is no
that's-
such thing as
Yeah.
mild with
Denial.
Look, Heritage Auctions.
You have the app.
And
okay.
so you have to actually, they vet you, and you have to like give them your card stuff, and they check what?
You have to give them all your banking info, Social Security.
Last four.
Is this real?
Because it's a real.
you. Oh my gosh.
It's a real building where they do these live auctions.
Like Sotheby's?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's in Dallas, And yeah, I bought some stuff recently.
And you've received it?
It takes like 2 weeks, but yes, I have the first part of what I ordered. I got a Greg Maddux signed 300 win game ticket when he won his 300th game, and he signed. I have the ticket signed, and it's like authenticated.
Oh.
That's the one thing I've got. I did order. I won. Hulk Hogan signed. Graded lot of 3. Hulk Hogan signed. Never mind.
What was it? Signed what?
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, but you said something about it.
Old school wrestling cards. But I do have another Calvin
it's a
Coolidge
card.
signed check.
The president?
It's not here yet, but it's coming.
Wait. It's a check? Mm-hmm. That's cool. How much is the check for?
Who do you write the check to?
Let me look.
Can you cash that?
Was that for rent?
I don't think so.
Can't cash
It says Northampton National Bank and Trust Company, paid to the order of AV. I don't know.
I thought you were going to say Abe Lincoln.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I got 3 CJ Stroud rookie cards.
Okay.
In a lot there. But yeah, I know. I just sit here and like,
But it's mild.
yeah,
Yeah, it's mild.
Dude, you have a check from a president. That's crazy.
I don't have it yet.
Oh, okay. That's coming 2 weeks.
But yeah, we hope. So yeah, I like the auction stuff. But I don't know. Sometimes stuff just gets expensive. Like, and then you get competitive. And then you're like, I'm not losing this. And then you're like, why did I just spend? The next day you have like buyer's remorse.
I think this is moderate to severe.
More like severe.
Yeah, forget the moderate.
There's no moderate, Amy.
If I
There's
had
nothing
kids, it would be different.
He called it mild.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
way
that's
off.
why it's
Yeah, we all laughed at that
I
one.
need an.
So what categories do you go into? Do you go to
Well,
all
only sports. Only sports.
Wait,
And
Calvin
presidents.
Coolidge is not
Yeah,
an
sports and
athlete?
Algorithm fed it to me.
See, that's what I'm asking.
I blame the algorithm. But only sports.
Let me go on here. Categories.
But you're not going to be able to buy
Yeah,
anything
what are you
unless you
looking
go.
at?
No, I'm gonna tell you what
can
to bid
eventually,
on.
But it takes like 2 weeks. I'm not listening to you to tell me what to bid on.
Okay. Mickey Mantle game worn jersey.
Yeah, what's that cost?
Let's see.
I don't buy anything that expensive.
That's really cool.
I try to find deals.
Do it.
Hot deals.
Dude, you can get it. No, this is a deal.
Go ahead.
787,000.
Yeah, exactly. That ain't a hot deal. So yeah, that watch went
Free
for
shipping.
$1.4 million.
Free shipping, that's cool. What a deal.
All right, thank you guys.